the end of class, because you guys haven't seen them yet, you're not exactly sure what's going on. All right, let's go ahead, and if you have not yet, let's check. We only have 1 through 12.
Please do this.
Number 1 was a little tricky. It says, describe how to solve an equation, an exponential equation with unlike bases. This whole paragraph, guys, you didn't have to put. If the bases are unlike, we cannot solve until we make them alike. That's the long story short. Now maybe you said stuff about factoring or breaking down. Long story short, number 1, I was looking for you to realize unlike bases we can't solve until we make the bases like. Angel, what's your question, bud?
Over there on the board for the homework, they say question 3 through 12.
I actually will take either one. I didn't realize that the assignments were different. I'm just going over 1 and 2 because on the board at the end of the class up here, it said 1 through 12. Does that make sense? Number 2, which doesn't belong? The one that didn't belong the most. There were some differences of the others, but the one that didn't belong the most was this one because it had number to a base, but where was the variable? Well done. So, x is not in the exponent number 2. This was the guy that totally didn't match. Otherwise, number 3 through 12, can you guys see him? Number 3 through 12. Let's go ahead and check those real fast. If you guys realize that you have a question, let me go ahead and put this off to the side. If you guys realize that you have a question, go ahead and raise a hand. Let me get it down. And I'll write it in so we can look at it really quickly. Go ahead, Josh.
Number 10.
Number 10.
I thought the homework was 1 through 10, so I did 1 through 10.
That's completely wrong because it was through 12, so I would quickly try to get 11 and 12.
Yeah, that's what I was
That's totally fine. But thanks for checking that one, though. Both boards said 12, so let's try to fix that.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's okay. That's okay. Go quickly. Angel, did you have another question, kiddo?
Yes.
All right, which one?
12.
Yeah.
Number 12, and then Josh, you had a question on number 10.
Yes.
Any more? Griffin? 11? Okay, so the last 3 we didn't like, huh? All right, couple more seconds, but let me go ahead and get those last 3 so we can check them out. Get those last 3 so we can check them out. 10, 11, and 12, let's zoom in so we can see them. They are at the end, so maybe they're a little bit trickier than the rest, huh?
Snapshot.
10, 11, and 12. Think, what was going on with their bases, cool kids?
Not sure.
They were different.
Bases.
They were not alike. Okay? Let me go ahead and, if you guys don't like loud noises, just cover your ears. I'm going to go grab them real fast.
Johnny.
Alright, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay, 10, 11, and 12. Number 10, as you guys are looking, it's going to be 6 and, oh, it's quiet today. Huh.
It's quiet. It's quiet today.
Alright, let's go check it out.
Is it quiet?
Number 10. Let's start there. I'm going to go ahead and do it off to the side. Let me try to see if I can make it. There we go. Number 10 we'll do off the side. Number 11 and 12 we'll do over on the corner. So number 10. Question. We have 6 and we have 216. We have 6 and we have 216, right? Did anybody try dividing 216 to figure out if 6 went into him?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. It did. Josh, how many times did 6 go into 216?
Can I say like how I did it?
No.
Huh?
Can I say how I solved it?
No, let's go ahead and just work together because you had a question on it. So hold on. You divided 216 by 6?
Yeah.
Okay. And what'd you get?
I didn't get that one.
Oh, I
So
thought you
that's
said
why-
you did divide. Did
No.
anybody divide 216 by 6?
Yeah.
What'd you figure out? How many times?
36.
Yeah, exactly. So 6 goes into 216 36 times. Wait, 36? Booyah. What's 36?
6 and 6.
Perfect. And why is that good? Because we can go ahead and say 216, hey buddy, we know who you are. You are 6 cubed, right?
Yes.
So let's go ahead and rewrite 216 as 6 cubed. It's a bit of a struggle. Can I just see if this is on? Let's go see if this is on. It's not. How about now?
Yes.
Okay. Let me go get
Help me switch.
1 second. This is going to be a lot easier and I can write a lot faster. So on number 10, can you guys help me out really fast? We have 216 to the power of what?
X.
Okay, equals 6 to the power of what?
X.
Plus 10.
Okay, perfect. So we already figured out that 216 just by dividing by 6 and dividing by 6 again. We figured out that he is 6 cubed. So we change just the 216 to 6 cubed. There's still an x. Then we leave 6 on the other side because, guys, what do you now notice about the bases?
That little box is in
Oh, it's a little b. Let's get rid of him.
It's the same.
The bases are the same. Now, we want to set the powers equal to each other, but question, power to a power, don't we have to multiply 3 and x together first? Okay, so let's do that. But what did we learn yesterday? When the bases are the same, what can we do with powers?
Exponents are equal to each other.
Exactly. So we can go ahead and say 3x is equal to x plus 10. Josh, how we do it? Does that make sense? Okay.
I just did it a different way.
X is 5.
Did you try to break down 6 to 2 and 3?
No, I just kept multiplying 6 until I got that number.
Okay, did you notice it was 3 times?
Yeah, I know. That's what I did. Like on my calculator
makes
for
sense.
other ones,
Uh-huh.
like for number 8, since it was 243, I just did 3 times 3. So I'm like, okay, that's 1. 3 times 3.
And you were keeping
So
track.
I went times 3. That's 2.
Cool.
Times
Does
3.
it make sense then how I substituted 216 for 6 cubed?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then we get those like bases, and that's how we're able to set them equal. Then we solve by subtracting x. Right?
Yeah.
2x is equal to 10. This is algebra at its core, kiddos. Divide by 2. The question is, can you find x? And the final answer should have been 5. Good? Now, number 11. People got stuck on that one too. Can you guys help me out? What was number 11's question?
No.
Oh, Josh.
Can I just get a tissue?
Oh, yes, you may. Thanks for checking. Number 11's question, I didn't go look at it?
I have no idea.
All right, I got it. 64, you guys gonna keep on reading it off for me?
I got you.
Cool.
64 2x
64 to the power of 2x?
Yeah.
Cool.
plus 4.
Okay, so it's still up there. Equals?
Something. I don't know.
16 to the power of 5x?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys see how I'm saying to the power? It helps me know where the exponent is.
Oh, I'll make it simple.
You can hang in there. Thanks. Question. Do you guys think we should break down 64 or 16? Both?
64.
Sure. Let's start with 64 because he's the bigger one, right? So 64, we break him down. Yeah, we can say that he's 8 squared, so 8 times 8. Can we break 16 down to be 8 times, yeah, see? There's like an extra 2. Then the 8 we can split up to be 4 and 2. The 2 we can't go any further, right? The 8 we can split up 2 and 4. The 2 can't go any further.
2.
Yeah, I'm seeing that we better go all the way back to 2s to make a match, right? Now they're not going to be the same power of 2, but that's all right.
That don't matter.
Not a big deal. So, question. What can I change 64 to be? 2 to the power of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. We have to keep the 2x plus 4 chilling out there. The best way to do it is to keep it in parentheses. That's safest. You don't make any illegal mistakes. Bad math kills, just watch out. 16, we can make 2 to the power of 4 to the 5x. Now guys, power to a power, what do? Multiply. So, on the right-hand side, we can get 2 to the power of 20x. So I'm coming up here. 4 times 5x is 20x. Do you guys see how this little 6 is going to have to distribute?
Yes.
Right? So I'm going to get 2 to the power of 12x plus.
24.
Now, are we golden? Are we ready to go?
Yes.
Like bases, let's make those exponents match. 12x plus 24 is equal to 20x.
4 times. X is 5.
What do you guys do? Subtract 24 or subtract 12x?
I subtracted 12x.
That's a good idea because the x term is on the other side, right? So we have 24 equals 8x. This is algebra at its core. Solve, solve, solve. Can you find x?
3.
Got it.
4.
I needed a quiz because of our
Average.
It's in my web, you can check it out. Corrections are bonus due on Tuesday. Alright kiddos, there's one more. Let's do it quick because we need to get back to unlike bases and just see if there's anything harder that will show up in homework tonight. So number 12, You guys can help me make sure I get the problem down correctly. What do we got?
27 power x equals 9 to the power of x.
X minus 2. Alright, what do you guys think? Break down 27 or break down 9? Barry, what would you do?
Both.
Both? Sounds good.
3 cubed and 3 squared.
Cool. Barry's already seen what the powers are of 9 and 27. He knows that 9 is 3 squared. And with pretty quick factor, you can figure out 27 is 3 cubed. Guys, you see a pattern to these problems, right? Break it down. Try to make the bases match, and then keep going. What are we going to get on the left? 3 to the power of who?
3x.
Good. Power to power, you multiply.
2x minus 4.
Yeah, we got to make sure that that 2 goes to both pieces of the power. So 3 to the 2x minus 4. We're golden. We're ready to go.
Negative 4.
You said it.
Hey, it's not a race. It's whether or not we can get it right. So subtract 2x, subtract 2x. We end up with negative 4 equals x, and dun 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 dun. Got it. Because when we raise a power to a power, we have to distribute. Because it's power to a power, you multiply. Does that make sense? So 2 times x and then 2 times 2. Yeah, John.
Can you go back to 11 again? Sorry, I was going
Real
on
fast.
before.
Yeah. By the top number, by the bottom.
Yeah, oh wait, no, I actually have my calculator.
Alright guys, let's go ahead and open up our notes. Keep your quiz and keep your correction paper close. But let's open up our notes and see anything extra that we're going to have to worry about tonight. Anything extra. There's not really that much extra. Then I actually have the last 2 review topics. We're going to save this till the end. I have the last 2 review topics that cover what you guys are going to see on that test, the Chapter 5 test. You just got that? These are the last 2 topics that were on there that a lot of you guys got confused. I think it was because 1, we weren't paying a lot of attention during class the first couple weeks of the semester. 2, we didn't study super hard. And 3, we just plain weren't ready. So we're going to review those. But first of all, let's check out what we started covering yesterday. Just let's finish. Let's finish section 6.5. So notes open. Notes open. I need you guys writing. Then we're going to pass in the homework. You can ask me after school today. Or Aiden on Monday can ask me as well. It's either because number 1 you didn't show work, or number 2 you didn't finish all the problems.
Is the highest 5?
The highest is 5.
Oh my god, that didn't 5 out of 10.
Oh no. The highest is 5. 5 out of 5 on homeworks. 5 out of 5 on homeworks. All right, kiddos, notes open. You're writing. You're writing word for word. Let's go. Continuing on 6.5, and as you guys start writing, make sure your heading is on your homework. Make sure you have the homework written. Number 13. And go ahead and pass back it over to me. Homework. Homework.
Oh, homework. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you have
Homework number 14?
Oh, 13. Wait.
6.
I don't see the homework number, I don't see the date, I don't see the problems written. That's not acceptable. I won't grade that unless it's better. You can give it to me after school today if you need to. Alright, any more homeworks? If you were absent yesterday, you have until Monday. If you were absent yesterday, you have until Monday. This is 6.5, no new section, we're just finishing.
Where are you?
We're just finishing. Alright, Jay, here we go. Let's go. Write it, word for word. Barry, where are your notes? Okay, you're going to copy it in. Continuation, no new number. No new number. Here we go. Alright, Ben. Is that all of 6.5?
No.
Oh, okay. Got it. We're keeping going. You guys saw, right? In notes yesterday at the very end and in homework that we were just checking, if you have unlike bases, you can't keep going until you make them match. Yeah? So, It's already recording, man, so it's gonna be online. You're good. So we got a factor to make the bases match. So as you guys look at this example, hopefully homework questions today helped a lot, because if you look at that, are we gonna break down to 3 or break down to 9? Yeah, and who is 9? 3 squared, and we can maybe jump there quicker than when we first started. I've been talking about it in homework. What are we gonna do when we raise a power to a power?
Multiply.
We're going to multiply. This will be 3 to the power of
4x.
4x. The 2 times 2 is 4. The x remains. And as soon as we have, look up above, the bases matching, we just go for it, right?
4x equals
Exactly. You're tracking. 4x equals x minus 6. Come on, algebra. What do we move?
Move x.
Yeah, move the x by subtracting. Good.
X equals negative.
Hearing good algebra everywhere. 3x equals negative 6. Factor to make them match. Divide by 3, divide by 3. X equals mental math is?
Negative 2.
Negative 2.
Someone do it.
Negative 2. So, I'm not going to have us do all the examples on the next page, but I want you guys to figure out which one looks the scariest, and let's do it together. Just one more example of these type, okay? Which one looks the scariest? You ready?
Serious. Example of serious.
Okay. Who's scary?
3.
That's the 1 over 3.
Oh wait, never mind. That's 1.
Who's scariest?
The third one.
Yeah, right? I think the one of the 3 is awful. So let's go ahead
Because
and
there's
zoom in.
fraction.
Go ahead and write down this example. You guys see them? 1/3 to the x minus 1 equals 27. This is where it gets rough.
Oh, you would, oh, okay.
Hold on. Keep it in. But yeah, let's see if
smart.
you're right. What do you guys think? Do we need to break down that 27?
I know what it is.
Hold on. We need to break down the 27, right? Okay, so who is 27? 9 times 3, which? Yeah, because if we go off to the side to save room, 9 has 2 3s of his own, right? So we can change 27 to be 3 cubed.
And then you put the.
Now, kiddos, to be honest, this is a problem some of my pre-calc kids would get confused on at first. Because they see a 3 on the right-hand side and they see a 1/3 on the left-hand side. That's weird unless you remember you can take a positive exponent, you can flip it, and make it a negative exponent. Now hold on, check it. We don't usually do it this way. We usually take a negative and make it a positive by flipping, but we can do it vice versa. We can do it opposite. 1/3 is 3 to the negative 1. And can you guys tell why we want to do that? Now they match. The same base. Now I still have to be careful, power to a power, right?
Couldn't you just multiply by 9? So then you
But the x minus 1 makes it so I can't go into that 1/3 example. I wish I could. But he's stuck because he has the x minus 1 power. So now I have this negative 1 I'm going to distribute. What's negative 1 times x?
Negative 1x plus
Negative 1x or negative x? What's negative 1 times negative 1?
+1.
Okay. This is the only, sadly, the only legal way of doing this problem. But we have like bases. Now it's easy cheesy-ish. But it was hard to get here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Then we can multiply or divide by a negative 1. Either one works. And we get x equals negative 2. Oh, remember on these ones, Alan, and maybe it's because you missed yesterday, but when you have like bases, you can, in a sense, ignore them and just look at what's left in the powers.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So we get those bases to be alike, and then we can just take the powers. And if you watch or get yesterday's notes, it'll help a lot with this. Okay? Griffin,
You always flip the base into the factor.
you can always flip it and make it a negative power. Does that make sense?
You always do that? Or
Well, if you have a whole number on one side and a fraction on another, you're going to have to flip the fraction to make it match it all. So yeah. But if you have 2 fractions, maybe it's okay. Does that make sense? Okay. All right, cool kids. We did the hardest one of that. Is there anything, oh my goodness, hey, take a picture. Remember, we're gonna talk about test corrections for the last little bit of class. Take a picture.
13, 20, 37.
13 through 20, all. 37 to 40, all. This is the homework due on Monday. But now we're gonna talk about corrections, so please get out your quiz and please get out your correction paper.
Do you have to correct?
Or the chapter 5 test. Yeah, you have the chapter 5 test.
Oh, yours is, I think some people have B and some people have A.
No, this is the old one.
That's the one that we're talking about.
It is?
But did you give some people B and some
Wait, I
people
thought we were
A?
talking about the one that we
I have
took
A,
last
you have B,
week.
because you have-
Oh.
Some of you guys had version B, some of you guys had version A, but either way, get out your chapter 5 test, whether it's A or B.
I thought you meant chapter 6.
Oh,
Like that's what.
so grab out your chapter 5 test and grab out your correction paper.
When do we get that back? The one we just took?
We'll be back probably Monday or Tuesday. I'm trying to get this one out of the way, but I want us to get and do the chapter well,
Oh.
and then go back and say, okay, let's shore this one up.
What are you looking at?
That's gonna be so easy.
I said that maybe.
Oh, watching the video. No, the same weekend, yeah.
Alright, kiddos, let's talk about that correction paper that you have real fast, okay? So there are columns on that correction paper, true? Alright, the first column is going to be missed concepts. Now hold on. You should focus because this gets a little tricky. On that correction paper that you have, this is where you have to do the corrections for your test, okay? On the correction paper, by missed concept, can I give you an example of a missed concept? Missed concept, you might need to put, now don't write this down, it depends on your test. You have to correct any ones, or you get to correct, try to get bonus on any ones you miss. Okay, listen. The missed concept could be solving systems. That could be the missed concept. What's the big idea, the problem that you missed? Maybe you missed problem number 1, right? Maybe you missed problem number 1. If you didn't, then you would put the first problem you missed. The next column, so this is the number missed, the problem number. Doesn't the next problem say corrected work?
Yeah.
Okay, what are you supposed to do?
Correct.
Do it the right way.
What if you don't know? Like,
There are more papers on the front table. There's a big old stack. So you can always get more papers from the front on your way out. Aiden, let's do it on the way out.
What if you don't know how to correct it?
Well, remember I said you can either come after school today or Monday or Tuesday. It's due by Tuesday by the end of the day. You can come after school and work with me or work with one of my upper math kids that would love to tutor you for a little bit of extra credit. You could work with one of your classmates or a friend who's in a higher math class who knows algebra really well. Or you could work with a tutor or a parent or an older sibling or something like that. You are allowed to ask questions of me and of other people. I'm almost always in here during lunch and after school. Okay? You're trying to correct the work. And then if any way possible, you're trying to give me something as to, wait, explanation. Give me something as to why you missed it. Why you missed it, what you did wrong, some sort of explanation. It could be short, just a few words, okay? Every single problem that you were able to get right, you will get half credit back for that problem. You'll get half the points back for every problem that you missed if you were able to correct them correctly, okay? When does this due by?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. So you have the weekend and Monday to ask me any final questions. Work on corrections. Homework is due
If it's a
Monday.
half point,
Yeah, it is.
you get a.
You get a 4th point back. You know what I mean?
Oh, really?
I've been doing.
So if you are able to correct it perfectly, you can get 4.75 back. 28.29. You have to get them right. Using the paper. For example, show me how to do it the right way, with the right answer, and tell me why you did it.